after round two.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout this evening is a 6 3-minute rounds contest in the super middleweight division. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with 5 wins, 1 by way of knockout, 14 losses and a draw, weighing in 165 pounds, 2 ounces, and tonight he wears the black shorts. Please welcome from Narva, Estonia, Artyom Spatar. And moving across the ring into the blue corner, unbeaten with 4 wins, 1 by way of knockout and a draw, weighing in 172 pounds, 2 ounces, and tonight he wears the navy shorts with orange trim. Please welcome from Luton, Bedfordshire, Sam King. Your referee is Amy Pooh, now giving her final instructions to both boxers.
Boxers, listen to me at all times. Watch your head, no blow blows. When I say break, step back. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 3-minute rounds.
So, long awaited, and it's been a long, hard road back for Sam King, because not only did his first lead hand go after 2 rounds, first time round, at the end of the very next round he came back to the corner and told Martin Bowers, my other has gone as well. And it said something about him that rather than allow himself to be pulled out at that stage, Jensel, he went through with it. And of course Spatar took over for the last 2 rounds of their first meeting. So I guess we can call this round 5, and this one is a scheduled 6 rounder incidentally.
Yeah, I think the long rounds would suit Sam in this instance. I mean, the first fight it wouldn't have because he broke his hand after 2. But yeah, I think, you know, Sam's a bit of a slower starter, and he picks up as the rounds go on. Spatar, what a tough man, 21 years old as well. I mean, yeah, he had some good fights, had some tough fights, and I think in that first fight he realised not much was coming back, so he picked it up in the second 2. But I think in this fight he'd be a lot more confident knowing that he managed to get a draw out of this guy. Probably not knowing that he hurt both his hands and not caring, to be honest. But he's going to come with a lot more confidence in this fight, which may open him up for Sam to potentially, you know, get him out of there.
King was out for a total of 6 months while the 2 hands healed. We might see a bit of that in this fight tonight, I think. And he might get busy. The referee. King, we're told, wanted Spatar rematch immediately once he was fit to go again, but he was talked out of it. Dimitri Protkunas and Remy Skolair, he has seen off. Skolair's, by the way, that's quite a good result to have on his record at this stage. He's a tough operator, the Frenchman. And to your point, Denzel, he might just be exactly what he needed before coming into a rematch with Spatar.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a good choice to, you know, go away, have a couple of fights and then come back. I mean, it wasn't a fight that needed an immediate rematch. I can understand why King wanted an immediate rematch, but you may want to go out again, see how your hands hold up, and then get the fight when you're in a better position than he is now. So he can put the wrong right, not a complete wrong, but he can put it right and move on with his career after this.
Busy opener from both. From Spatar's point of view, I guess he is full of hope that he can actually win this tonight, but we don't know how he will go over this longer trip, of course, the 6 rounds.
Sam King just caught Spatar with an uppercut. I think he's hurting there because Spatar's backed up and hasn't thrown nothing for about 20 seconds. And he just leaked in there with a left hook there.
Good back and forth in this opening round.
Most definitely.
Good round. I think this will be a good fight tonight.
Yep.
Spatar boosted by the result first time round against King. However it came about.
And I think this is good for King because he has to earn the victory here. Spatar's not just going to give it to him and say, okay, yeah, you can have... No, he's going to make him work for it. So this is, you know, a competitive fight. So when King does move on from this, and he's in competitive fights, he's been here before.
That's a fairly intense corner, isn't it? With Martin Barras leading
Corners,
King
10
through
seconds.
The 1 minute debrief and what needs to happen going
Seconds
forward.
out.
Not going to
Round
interpret
2.
it, but there was a lot of information coming back to the fighter there.
Yeah, there was.
Which always kind of tells me that they do recognise that this could be a really trappy night's work and they're going to have to earn it.
100%. I mean, the way Spatar's come out is not coming to lay down or just give away a victory here. I think this is a fight he believes he can win. And I can imagine Martin Bowers telling Sam King, listen, give him a good jab, make him respect your power, and don't rush him, don't rush your work, don't get into a scrap with him. Good left hook there from King, good counter left hook.
He got very untidy there, did Spatar for a moment.
I think his legs may have buckled a bit and
They did, but he still took it well, didn't he?
He did take it really well.
He's a very ungainly looking kid. I'm not being disrespectful, but
No, you're right.
it's a bit Bambi-like, some of it. And again, his legs are all over the place, but he's got a serious fighter's heart, this boy.
He does. And he is hurt, which is why he's up to hold so much and making it so messy, but the referee just warning them about, keeping it tidy. But I think this is an opportunity for King here to just making a bit of room for himself and find the shots he needs to find, because he is hurting him with these shots. Good shots there from
That
King.
was better.
And the best thing about that combination is he didn't rush in after it and smother his work. He's keeping that distance. He's nice and settled now. He's a lot more settled now than he was even a minute ago, but in the first round, definitely. Good double jab.
Spatar is having to think a little bit. Not throwing much at the moment. King, the output is better and it's more accurate in this round. Well set to claim this round, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Tried a little shimmy there, but nobody was fooled by that. Spatar hasn't come up with much for the last 2 minutes, really.
I think he was hurt by a few shots and he's still probably recovering.
His only strategy at the moment appears to be tucking up and going up and down, not even bobbing and weaving, just trying to get out of harm's way. It's not going to be enough to convince our referee. This has very much been a King round in every way. Largely really good performance in that round from Sam King. Yep. Got into his rhythm. Some really lovely combinations up and down.
Settled in nicely. Oh, that was the left hook that King landed on Spatar. It's got a little bit messy here, but that's Spatar just clinging on, trying to buy some time. When King was at this distance, that's probably where his best work was. Good jab, good change of height as well.
Needed the respite, really. Spatar did well in the first round, but not so well at all there in the second.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Body language a bit more relaxed in the corner of King as a result of that.
Seconds
now,
out.
can he build on what he's
Round
just done?
3.
Remembering again, he was in charge in the first meeting, through to halfway, over the shorter distance, and then it all started to go wrong. Most unfortunate.
Just being showered with sweat. I mean, I guess those are the perks of being set ringside on commentary.
Told you, it's a very glamorous business, this. Spatar just trying to give himself a bit more space on the outside and maybe just trying to draw King on a little bit. King closed the range well there. Stays in range nicely. Got got his supporters from Luton. Giving a flash or two of Luton Town FC about the trunks that he's wearing. And Spatar is getting into trouble with the referee more often.
Good jab there from King. Sparta's thrown a lot less in the last 2 rounds than he did in the first round. I think he knows when he opens up, he gets caught with shots. Oh, good shot there.
King is just much sharper, isn't he?
He is much sharper, yeah.
A reminder that Spatar did go down against Mason Payne in Maidstone last month. That's not to draw an inference, incidentally. If anybody's thinking, well, why are you comparing and are you setting up a false contrast with King? Nothing to do with that, but it just might indicate that maybe Spatar's confidence is not quite as high as previously. I think we're seeing that a little bit tonight, do you?
Yeah, most definitely.
He tried his luck, tried to pick it up, make it round 5 really after the first fight, Denzel, when he obviously dominated the second half of that first fight, and King has put that idea out of his mind now.
Yeah, I mean, in the first round, King was kind of gone along with it, but
exactly.
I'm sure when he got back to the corner, Martin was telling him to settle down, get back in your work, and do what you do. Don't bring yourself down to his level. And he's shown that in these last 2 rounds that, you know, he's not on his level, and he's boxing beautifully now. Nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. Good work to the body, and good use of the jab too.
Looks a good pressure fighter when he's like this.
Yep.
Does King, and a little bit of spite in some of these shots.
Oh, heavy hands King has. I mean, I know that from sparring him, but you can hear it on these shots too.
Going to be interested to know what his weight, his proper professional weight division is going to be. He's 24 now. You see him as a middleweight?
Yeah, he's definitely middleweight. I mean, as I went to go and check in and say hello, he told me to make sure I confirm that he is a middleweight. He's tired of seeing super middleweight on the screens and stuff, but yeah, he will be competing at middleweight.
Middle part of this fight, and it's going rather well for King tonight now.
Yeah.
I would have an impression of him as a fairly relentless sort of operator, King, even in a sparring session.
Yeah, when he lets his hands go, I mean, you really feel his intensity and his power, so it's good when he lets his hands go. But if he's just sometimes in there with someone that probably just doesn't respect as much, he can be a victim of, you know, his own talents. Like, okay, I'm just gonna play around. But in a fight like this, or someone that brings it, even when he's sparring me, he turns up his game, and when he lets his hands go, he's a real threat.
Can be a good sign, that. Can be
Corners,
a sign
10
of
seconds.
Fighter of true title pretensions. That they're not going to waste it.
Yeah.
Seconds out.
I think we'll see an exciting fight.
With some exciting aspects to this performance tonight, which is really what it's all about for King. Obviously, the W is very, very important, given what happened first time. But it's his 6th pro fight. Been through what must have been a difficult spell with the injury. Double injury.
Oh, and again. Just that hit, and he's tough as anything. He can take a shot. I mean, I don't know how hard Sparta hits, but the shots that are landing, all skimming off him, he's just eating it and coming forward, Sam. He's a tough kid. Lovely double jab there from King. The nose of Sparta just beginning to start bleeding.
1 or 2 little signs that the wear and tear is now telling a bit for Spatar, understandably. I think from here we'd just like to see from King's perspective that he maintains the tempo, Denzel, maintains this work rate.
He does have the fitness to do that. I mean, training him in the gym, I see from the circuits and the runs we do, he's one of the fitter guys in the gym, so I'd be surprised if he couldn't keep this tempo.
No excuse for not being in top shape, given the quality of the Barrows operation and the new elite training centre. This is in addition to the famous traditional home of the Peacock Gym, which continues also. Spatar buying a bit of time.
I think Sparta's gone from the first round and trying to win this fight and make it competitive to just trying to not be stopped now, just trying to survive.
Giving himself a bit of thinking time, has King, and the tempo from his side has just dropped a little bit.
And this is where he needs to stay, you know, focused and not fall asleep and just keep on his work.
Little smiles exchanged between them. I think Spatar's quite relieved that that round, basically the fourth round, this round is just going a little bit better for him.
Yeah, he's able to find little breathers in spaces.
Not come under the same pressure, has he?
No. But it's, you know, Sam knows he's ahead. Sam King knows, he knows he's ahead. He knows he's winning this fight, but there's still 2 more rounds after this, I'm sure. So he's got to not allow Sparta any confidence to think he can even try to get back into this fight.
Correct. Excellent analysis from Denzel Bentley as usual.
I do try, Paul.
You don't need to try. You're pretty good.
Thank you.
So here's some of the work, both ways, I should say, from round 4. He looked in a slightly better shape, Spatar, at times than when he was under more pressure earlier in the fight. Even there, took the shots well enough, and the body language is a bit more positive, as you can now see.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, he was able to get a little bit of a breather that round. King needs to take that away from him and just take the air out of him again. Apply more pressure, let his hands go.
Corners, 10 seconds.
And make him uncomfortable.
So just a reminder to King that Spatar might fancy this a little
Seconds
bit.
out, round 5.
We're going to round 5. The 2 last rounds in the 4-round meeting were the ones that Spatar claimed, and I wonder if that was said to him between the rounds there. Listen, remember, first time round you took the last 2 rounds, you've got to do the same again now. So let's go after him a bit. Let's see what happens now. King seemed to me to just drop off it a little bit mentally at the end of round 4.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You just see him, you know, a little bit of smiles and smirks. He just kind of knew he was in front and he was comfortable, but he needs to be very aware that this is a live opponent and he will be giving some back as soon as he can. This is why King needs to make sure he keeps Sparta out of his comfort zone. Just keep him busy with the jab.
14 defeats before tonight for Spatar in his 20 professional fights. But a win last time out, just 12 days ago actually, back in Estonia, where he fought Yaroslav Kuzomna. That was a 4-rounder. Supposed confidence builder, I guess, after the Mason Payne affair.
Oh, this is a much better round from King.
This is more like it. This is what we want to see from him. This is his level now.
Oh, good body shot, right under the armpit from King.
Not a million miles at all from where we are right now at the York Hall Bethnal Green. Of course, the currently vacant British and Commonwealth middleweight titles are being contested. Kieran Conway and Jerome Warburton. And of course, we have the now former British champion with us.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I'd just, you know, let the belts be contested for, let everyone else get a chance at it. No, I'm playing. That is a good fight tonight from the 2 boys, and, you know, may the best man win.
Denzel has his eye on the great prizes, of course, at world level, but I just wonder whether it starts to make room for the likes of Sam King. They must be thinking about that possibility.
Most definitely. This is their weight division today, so he'll be keeping a close eye on that. He's also got Jimmy Sainz boxing for the southern area. Those are the levels that he wants to be competing for, you know, in the next 1 or 2 fights. So the British title is not too far away from him, but it's in his distance.
So that's why it's so important that he does keep totally focused and keep on doing all the things he has been doing since about the 3rd round in this fight. Your assessment, Denzel?
Yeah,
of that round?
Another good round from King. When he lets his hands go, he's an amazing fighter, and he's got such heavy hands. They're feeling them shots, and they come so quick. So I think he's best for me when he's throwing the combinations. I know at times, it's not every time you're going to get to throw combinations, but even when he takes the half a step back, when Spatar tries to throw and you know, he makes him miss, that's also good work. He just needs to stay focused for 6 rounds, because that's what he has. However many rounds, even if it was 4 rounds, stay focused for 4 rounds. He just needs to not fall asleep in between rounds. I mean, in that 4th round, he kind of went to sleep a little bit coming to the end of it.
And the reason I drew on the parallel with the guys contesting the titles is he's now, I know it's only his 6th pro fight, and hopefully from his point of view, he's going to come
Corners,
through and get
10
the W.
seconds.
But now he's going to start to come into the conversation. You mentioned the area
Seconds
title,
out,
for example.
6th and final round.
And that's not too far away. I mean, he's there. I mean, listen, he's done quite a bit as an amateur. I'm sure he won the ABAs. May have boxed for England, I'm not quite sure. Trials at least. But he boxed at a good level as an amateur, and area title went too far distant from him. In the next 2 fights, he could achieve that, and then that brings him on to English, and then the British is right there in the next year or 2.
All about being efficient, largely efficient tonight. 1 or 2 drop-offs, but now the next thing is to close the show in good style for King.
Yeah, most definitely. Don't give Spatar any confidence. Don't let him finish strong. Don't let him feel good about himself. Just keep beating him up. Oh, good right hand there from King. Oh, lovely uppercut there.
Stepped in really nicely there. I think in the corner they want to see him really send out a good message at the end of this fight, and to give everybody in the York Hall Bethnal Green tonight a few memories of a strong performance. Now is the time to produce it, looking for the uppercut. I think he might have caught him with that. Spatar smart enough to claim his man. Couldn't quite see from here. Do you think he got him with that shot?
I think he did, and that's why Spatar wanted to, you know, get close and hold. It may have just, you know, just skimmed him a little bit.
King from the outside again.
Good jabs, good jabs.
Keeping watchful, keeping purposeful in his work. Spatar knows he's behind. I just wonder how wild he might get here in what remains. Good response from Spatar, if not quite the power to really worry King. It's on King now to put a few nice combinations together if he can, not just see it out. He's trying to do that. Spatar waits now to hear that final bell, and he's kept King off him in this last round largely, but King very pleased to get through that. And already happy to see the back of Spatar in his life, at least in the ring.
Yeah, most definitely. A good performance from King. I mean, especially having to go in there, fighting some sort of demons, I guess, thinking I drew to the sky, I need to make sure I beat him and make it convincing. I hope my hands don't go again, and blah, blah, blah. And listen, he fought all of those demons and won against his opponent, so That's 2 wins for Sam King tonight.
Indeed so, well put, Wenzel. And the fact it's a 6-rounder, and we expect it to be a W, all to the good from King's point of view. There's so much potential here, isn't there?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
But we've taken on board what you've told us, your great inside line tonight. King is sometimes a little bit happy to coast, needs to be tested. And no doubt you will test him every time you do spar with him. But maybe that's the message going forth from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee scores the contest 60 points to 54. The winner in the blue corner from Luton, Bedfordshire, Sam King.
King gets it by a shutout and a big broad smile at the end of it. The demons have been exorcised here tonight after what went wrong the first time round against Spatar, and now he can move on